So they'll be calling you a radical. Out in the street in San Diego, at Tourmaline, on the beach, at Point Reyes. That's where we meet. So the San Diego hypocrites have gone nuts even worse than before. I remember when I was a kid at Martha Farm. My grandpa says, well, Kevin, you do know nobody's from here. And my grandma pops up. She says, oh, no, Abe, you're wrong about that. The Kumeyaw been here for 18,000. Oh, yeah. They tore out all those, those beaches are all fake. They grew them at 4 o'clock every morning. Those were marshes. There were reef after reef after reef. I've been there so long that Tourmaline wasn't even a parking lot. It was a canyon when I was a kid. So now their answer is concrete tide pools. Kevin Blanch, dead tide pool jumping. Bob Beeman Blanch. By the way, California has closed all the salmon fishing because there's no fucking salmon. Skiers who can't ski. Surfers who can't surf. I'm a fisherman, what's a boat? I'm a San Diegan, what's the desal plant at Carlsbad, California, having a beer? I'm a human rights activist. I'm an NGO. I'm a marine biologist. I work for Scripps, Browning Scripps. I work for SDSU in the marine biology department. I'm a scientist. What's the Fukushima disaster? Or what's dead tide pools at your feet, Edie? Oh, it's a fucking cult. A cult of fucking ignorance. Kids. Come on, kids, today. Let's walk over to the best tide pools in Southern California. Well, I have my tide pool card. Here, dig it out. Dig out your tide pool cards. I mean, it's right here in my wallet. Get that out. If you can even find it. Where's your Point Reyes card? Thank you. There it is. Oh, them are all library cards. Oh, yeah. Let's see. That's a library card. Which one's that one? Oh, that's Pacific Grove. There's my San Diego library card. Where's your Point Reyes card? Your pass. Yeah, let's... One-man band Blanch. It's incredible, ain't it? There it is. Had to go through, of course, if it's the very last one. $50 now annually to go see dead tide pools. Come on, kids. Kevin. Let's go to the best tide pools in all of SoCal. Oh, out at Point Reyes, them pointers. No. Oh, God, it must be at La Jolla. No. Maybe it's up there at the nuclear reactor at San Onofre. No. I remember the first hearing I went to on the San Onofre shutdown. Got a hawk's fly. Ooh. 1966. I was 6. That had to be in Orange County. No, that was in San Diego County. Carlsbad. There was nothing there but migrant workers' homes, though I used to live in one. On Allison Avenue. Where's Allison Street? Where's Allison Street, people? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. That's how the streets are named. Oh, what a gem. They must have got an idea from the gem state. Napoleon Dynamite on Balco on fucking chemo. The gem streets. There was a racetrack there. Come on, let's walk down to Allison Street. Let's walk down and read. It's the public library, which is a homeless shelter now. Same thing. Let's go look at the tide pools, kiddies. Now, I've got you some crayons today. We have red ones, we have green ones, we have purple ones, we have blue ones, kids. Give you a coloring tablet pamphlet put out by the state of California. Sills, Wells, California Crimsons, California Upper Purple Urchins. We might even find a cucumber. We might even find a big old California fucking slug. What are those called? I videoed the most of them in the history of marine biology, Kevin Blanch. Where? At PB Point. The California hare. They're named after a rabbit. No, that's Duncan Hunter's rabbit. Who's he? Here's the irony of all this. Duncan Hunter. Free. Yo, Elizabeth Holmes. She's been living there. Free. They're going to lay the trial again. She killed so many people. It was unbelievable. She's having my baby. What a lovely way of saying how much she loved me. Elizabeth Holmes is having my baby. Wonder what CIA rat plant that is. Huh, maybe she should go hang out with Lindsay Mills. They look a lot alike. Remind me of each other, CIA pieces of shit. Kids, let's walk down, read. Right there to down on Allison Street. Let's walk across Allison. Well, why can't we just cut down underneath the Crystal Pier and walk on the beach? Yeah, let's do that. That's Kevin's bedroom. I think I'm the keynote speaker at the Senate for shutdown hearings. The keynote, you're talking multi-millionaires there. All of them. All the highbrows. Kevin Blanch, the keynote speaker. Down the stretch they come at Del Mar. That's where I sleep. Come on, kids, let's walk. So we walk across to Pacific Beach Point. I live in the slums of La Jolla, Turquoise Street. On the right side is Vikings. That's La Jolla. On the left side is North PB. We walk across all the way. Kids, let's go up the staircase. It's pretty low tide today. Well, can't we stay down here? No, we're going to get up there by the cannons. We're going to get up there by the old huts. The natives built those? No, we had good teachers. No. Those are Hawaiian immigrants that came across. Portuguese up on the hill at Hillcrest, chasing the fish. Well, the Chinese were in here for way before the Spanish murderers. Stand here now, kids. Look down. You color your picture, whatever thing you see. Families of sills. Big California crimsons this big. Thick, striped. Incredible, stacked on top of each other. Orange, blue, red. Oh, what's that? It's a banana. The old hills. By the thousands of starfish. Looks like carpet. Upper California purple urchins. Oh my God, look at that. What's that? It's an octopus. Brown spotted. Oh my God, it has a blue head. There's another. It's an octopus, teacher. Kids come back. You never seen kids so alert and bright and happy and intense. I ran to a friend who went to elementary school with me there and here at West Weber Elementary recently. In Tourmaline. I'm dying of cancer. sitting on the bench. I sleep on fucking Skeeter. I sleep right on Skeeter. Me and Peter went to the Tourmaline documentary, and I'll never forget it. One of the great old surfers. I says, they're all from fucking Boston. She says, that's why I said that in my interview. Everybody here's from fucking Boston now. I says, you don't know why. And you go to Nick's and ask her. She works there. I told her the same story. PB locals. I'm grandfathered in. I'm only paying $4 for a fucking beer. Fuck you. No drinking on the beach. So you can go in the bars and fucking they can rape you and rob you. Tear down the fucking beachcomber. No one can stay there no more. Because the mayor, Kevin, he's the ex-mayor now. He wants to be governor. He went to school with me. He's a Mission Bayer. He's a PB'er. Oh, yeah. He's still mad at me because at San Diego 250, I flipped him the bird. Scooters on the boardwalks. I told him one day, board walks, not board rides, not board drives. Boardwalks! Me, I was at San Diego 200. Several 100,000 people there, including Reagan, who was blue. He was the Democrat from California. My grandparents. At Old Town, the statue right there in the Presidio, that's my great-grandfather. Abe's the Force, my grandfather, with him. And you do know the house, Kevin. I'm a little boy. They'll tell you it's an orphanage. It's not an orphanage. When I was a little girl, they killed my parents in Mission Valley, and they lassoed me, and they put me in a cage in there, and some people right up here on the Presidio on the hill bought me. I was their house servant and slave my whole life. When the old man died, or the old lady died, excuse me, the old man had so much deathbed for repentance and guilt, he gave me the house. Don't I'll ever tell you that this was a fucking orphanage. There was a bounty house right here. The old mill right there, your grandfather, Abe the First, stood up for us. The mill right there, that's him. There used to be a seeing eye with an arch right there, the Mormon communists. Oh, they tore it down. They lived there in Old Town. They went to PB. Their answer now is to put concrete tide pools at PB. All across. Well, on the Strand, just where all at Mission Bay, the toxic, which is water quality. Fuck, if you take the sirens out, don't ward the fucking sheep. Oh, it's just urban runoff. No, it's Fukushima. That tide pools at your feet, Edie. Fucking watching your friendship fucking slaves on a fucking leash because it used to be California. Your identity became your car. Then your identity became your friendship slave on its. Oh, is that a border collie? Oh, how lovely. Is that a fucking German shepherd? Oh, how lovely. Is that a fucking bullshit zoo? Oh, how lovely. Oh, this guy must need some fucking food from fucking. Let's go to Gelson's, get him some chicken. Walking from La Jolla to PB, walking from La Jolla. Let's walk home. Let's go down Allison Street. That tide pools at your feet. They were live and healthy and full of life in 2010, 2011. So was I. 2011, boom, freight train hits me. Going to the bone marrow transplant on 11/11/11. There's no stairway to Kevin. Heartbreaker! Sucked up, dying. No chance. Chemo. Too sick. I'm going to San Diego. I'm going to rehab there. Stay in my little place on Noyes and only A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Let's go to the bay on Ingram. Let's go to OB, have a fucking beer. Stay right here at Nick's and have one. Right by the school. Go Buccaneers! Yay, David Wells pitched a fucking perfect game. He's a pointer. La Jolla. None of them are from there. What about them rat boys? 'Cause I'm giving myself away. And I give and I give. And I give myself away. Round and round. They killed the fucking tide pools. 'Cause I'm giving myself away. They're going to get a federal grant, and they're going to put concrete tide pools in there. I learned to plaster there. I'm here as 15, my grandpa, the Mormon socialist. I've been accepted on an art gig at Weber State University. I'm 15. They have their home in Brigham City, Utah, and they have their home in Pacific Beach. Oligarchy. You learn a trade, boy. Get in those sand pits. Learn to make adobe tile. I already know how. I learned that when I was 7 by you. Well, that's what you're going to do. I can go to college too. I can do both. I can walk and chew gum. Why don't you go up the hill to La Jolla, to Brownie Scripps, to those San Diego whores, University of California at San Diego. Don't you dare, boy. Don't you dare. Don't you turn into one of those. I want to be a marine biologist. Well, then be one. Don't let them ruin you. Don't let them stop you. Rachel Godoya, who's in Japan, who lives there, grew up right there with me. Kevin, you already are the great professor. Kevin, why don't you go back to teaching? Well, if I do, I'm going to go to the community college at Balboa. Why? You're already the professor online. Just do it right here on YouTube like you've been doing. The marine biologist. Dead tide pools at your feet, Edie. It's a fucking cult. Vermeer died in La Jolla. Huh. Peter's freaking mother worked for Jonas Salk. He was born there. Have mercy. Have mercy. The Mormons used to do their birthings right there on the beach in the water. Huh. Right there. Fucking the meeting was on Hunsaker Avenue. Down the stretch, the racetrack was at PB, White Earp. Let's walk along Allison Street and look at the dead tide pools. Well, let's take a field trip. Let's go out to Point Loma. Dead tide pools. Hundreds of people. $25 a head to get in. Drive by the cemetery. Oh, fuck. Anybody can be buried in there. And they think they've got military on. The great military. Oh, fuck you. Don Quixote. They had to write in pseudo de facto pen name. The ship goes into false fucking bays. It's still there. Underwater. They had to write in pseudo de facto pen name because the queen in Spain, you need to learn to speak American. Vasquez. Cabello. The murderers. Build the missions and line them up and shoot the fucking natives who built the very missions. I stood there as we raised the Kumeyaw flag at the... I got in an argument with down somebody recently. Oh, this was Spain! What's because America Vespucci, some map maker, just drew a line? Oh, they were here, the Spanish invaders, to get the gold. My grandpa stood at the old fucking Mexican capital. Where's that? Monterey. Walking from PB to PG. That's my Pacific Grove library card. Doc Ricketts never had a college degree. The greatest marine biologist, they hated him. They called him a fucking poacher. I stood there. I sat there and held hands with Doc Ricketts' bastardette fucking grandchild. Everybody used to argue with her. She says, well, my mom told me that I was one of... My grandma was a prostitute in Monterey. That's why I was there. I'm Doc Ricketts' kid, granddaughter. Nobody believed me until I got DNA. She held my hand. Robertson Jeffers Tower has fallen down. Robertson Jeffers' mistress. They tore his tower down there. Ooh, what's that smell, Carmelo? It's a dead well. Henry Miller's young nurse. I slept at Henry Miller's house many times. Big Sur on Balco. May the landslide bring you down. Again! The road to nowhere. John Lewis Stevenson at the bus stop right there across from the Trader Joe's. Old. That's the old mission. That's where they signed. His landlady. The Dark Watchers, they watch out over me. The Dark Watchers are right there. I walked that whole thing dying of cancer from San Diego all the way. Slept on the cliffs of Gorda. Feels like heaven. Must have been asleep for fucking days. Those angels, those Dark Watchers that you murdered, the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. Oh, they watch out over me. This was Mexico. 1821, Mexico threw the Spaniards out and raised the Mexican flag where? On the Presidio, Old Town San Diego. So you had the Spanish flag, the Mexican flag. 1848, my grandfather in San Diego walks to Monterey. They stand there for the ceremony at the tree. The mission I slept at. I didn't even know Father Sarah was buried there. I walked up, almost froze to death one night, sleeping in Carmel Cove. Almost fucking got a waterbed. I woke up, I'm freezing. The mission door's open. I walk in, I looked over there, this grave. I'm like, whoa, whoa. May Brussels on Balco, Carmel Canyon. I'm walking up the hill on Monterey. In the middle of the night, my heart's failing. I'm fucking going. I'm at fucking Lover's Point. I'm dying. I'm by myself. Got to walk clear up there to try to get some aspirin. Big 4-point buck comes up to me. Didn't even see it. His harem circles around me. I look at the clock. It's 12:12. It's not 11:11. I feel better. Dead tide pools at your feet. What's that smell in Carmel? It's a dead fucking well. Robertson Jeffers' mistress. Henry Miller's young nurse. Flora, she's from Carmel. Who is she? The madam. John Steinbeck's mother. Mrs. Hamilton. She set out some cookies. The Dark Watchers paid her back with some flowers. Oh, they watch out over me. Why? Because when I was a kid on the marsh here in Weber County, Utah, fast times at Mission Bay at Weber High. Is that a tomato soup can in your pocket, or are you just happy to fucking see me? We'd come home up 40th Street, which is now I-15, the flower fields. He's having a fit in the car. Well, didn't the teacher say he was autistic? He's not autistic. No. His senses are heightened. He can smell the ocean. We're 100 miles away. I can smell it too. First thing I would do, run down to the Crystal Pier. They would be catching tuna. Pulling the big fucking tuna. They'd have them on a clothesline. Fucking lined up. Carving them off, the fresh fucking tuna. Catching them right off the fucking beach there. Right at the fucking MPB. Here. Fry a piece up for you. On a stick. Oh my God. Right there, walking down, picking blood oranges on my way. Here, would you want us to squeeze those? Yeah. Fresh blood oranges. Fucking. Then I get older. And those Ogden, Utah girls and those San Diego girls. You ain't seen beauties. Flowers in their hair. Come on the beach. Let's drink on the beach. Tears her clothes off and swim by the fire pits at La Jolla. Feels like heaven. My oldest daughter was conceived on the beach there. The night Lennon was killed. What happened to those San Diego girls? They took the flowers out of their fucking hair. Traded in for a shiny fucking coffin. And a mortgage on the hill. Look at me. I'm a San Diego girl. No, you're not. You gave up your fucking soul. The sun, Don Quixote and his fucking journals. Sort de facto. We can't tell the queen we're never leaving. This is heaven. The marshes ain't. These are people who had sailed all over the world. There's nothing like this place. So Polk invades Mexico in 47, 48. Taylor says when they got up over the hill, fucking every soldier, San Diego to Mexico, thought they were in heaven. They got Santa Anna's prosthetic leg. What? It's in a fucking museum in Chicago. He had to retreat. They would have never pulled it off and changed that fucking border. That was Mexico. It was Mexico. It was Mexico. You learn to speak American. It was Mexico. I stood at the Presidio as they raised the Kumeyaw flag. I worked so hard for that. So many of us did. So first now it's the Kumeyaw flag. It should be. They have them in the wrong order. Spanish flag, the Mexican flag, the American flag, USA, the old USA. Now you need to learn to speak America. America Vespucci never fucking set foot here. He was a map maker who, from Florence, Italy, spoke Italiano. I've been at his fucking grave in Florence, Italy. All of them said, this is heaven. Huh. They raised the American flag in Mexico City. Taylor says, fuck you, you invaders. You ran against Polk. Abe, my kin, walks up to the tree at right there by the old Trader Joe's. I've done lots of videos right there. It's still there. It's a private Catholic school now. They cut down the tree and floated it out into Carmel Cove. Some activists went out there and retrieved it. They lined up the natives that built the mission. The original mission was there. The earthquake took it down. The earthquake took it down. Somebody, let's build a nuclear reactor at Tourmaline, at San Onofre, at Diablo. You know why it's called Diablo Canyon? You know what it used to be called? The Chumash called it the Mother's Heart. When the Spanish invaders got there, earthquake happened and a tsunami. And they're like, oh, we're the fuck out of here. Let's build a fucking nuclear reactor. Tick-tock. Diablo Canyon. I broke into San Onofre so many fucking times. My murdered Marine father. So on the beach at San Onofre, right there, 1959, my pinup La Jolla tennis playing mother. I'll take her. All them girls who'd went through the Great Depression, had went broke and got, the Woodbury pinup artist from Brigham City, Utah, from La Jolla, California, from PB. She meets my father from Utah here, drafted Marine, Newcomb, at Camp Pendleton, on the beach. That's where I was conceived, that's where I was made, the mutated twin. Born in the Ogden fucking hospital. The old D who built the reactors is San Onofre. There's another one in there. Feels like heaven. Hitchhike down 40th Street. I would stop and get the pistachios, fucking bootleg pistachios. That's how I paid to fucking stay alive when I was a kid. Didn't need money. Smell the flowers. Old San Diego on the beach. Kids, take your crowns out. Pin them on the board. That's where I learned to be the artist. Like a Frank Stella fucking painting. Oh, he's from Florence. What a teacher. Huh. I remember the day she taught us about Martha Sessions and her seasick mule. You know, anything that's taller than you, Kevin, is not native here. Anything that's taller than you is not native. They planted them Captain Cook. Why? I call them the tiki torches, the palm trees. They tore out the fucking barrier reefs. Not heaven anymore. Read Don Quixote's journals. We're never leaving heaven. Not anymore. We go from the fucking tundra swamp, that's here. We go from the blue herons and the giant fucking yellow tuna fucking Zangray on Balco on chemo. The old salmon migration. To concrete tide pools. Dead tide pools at your feet. Acutely collapsed in 2011. Feels like heaven. Those angels, the Dark Watchers, you lined up and murdered. Michael Garrett gets $5 million off my back. I did all the shutdown of San Onofre. I broke into that fucking reactor. They're the ones that leaked to me when I was a bone marrow transplant at LDS. I used to go to the fucking LDS church on Turquoise Avenue in PB. I broke in there. I think that when I was in the bone marrow transplant, East 8 LDS. LDS on the fucking hill dying of leukemia. Here, Kevin, look at this. They're cheating on the exchange. I put it out to fucking the media. Thus, the shutdown is sending off for you. Kill the fucking TIDEPOOLS. I get no thanks. I get no nothing. Where's your fucking can? They're on the fucking... They're full of spent fuel on the pad. It's sending off for you. Where's your PB card? It's here. They killed the TIDEPOOLs. Skiers who can't ski, surfers who can't surf, TIDEPOOL fucking jumpers who don't even know what a California Crimson is. Huh. Dark watchers, they watch out over me. Feels like heaven.